The best way to avoid burning out is to stop living someone else's dream, is to stop waking up every morning to help them fulfill their vision and their goals and their dreams. And you start working towards yours.
Test days come. They come over and over and over again. The purpose of these days is so that you can prove to yourself, not the rest of the world, that you are the kind of person that possesses the mental fortitude, the grit, the toughness, the perseverance, the discipline to get things done regardless of what the situation is. And if you become this kind of person who can get things done regardless of what's going on, regardless of what's going on in the economy, regardless of what's going on in your personal life, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the weather, how can you be stopped by anything? You cannot.
Don't be afraid to be honest. Don't be afraid to be truthful. Don't be afraid to be different. We are unique. We are special. We are all destined for greatness.
There's been many people that have just put their foot down and said, enough. I'm going to change my life. And they don't take any excuses, and they feel way better.
Everything in life that's hard is just a series of things that are easy. You just have to take that first step. Taking that responsibility for yourself and committing to yourself to say, I'm going to take action and I'm going to make it happen.
When the time comes, what would you leave behind? What legacy will be left behind to remind others of your greatness, of your losses, of your victories, of your sorrows? This is a short life that we all have. And it's not easy. It's not easy living it every day. But I guarantee you this, there's nobody in the world that can do you. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You still got life in that body. Your heart's still beating. Your mind is still functioning. So you still got to do something to be somebody. To be somebody that they can respect. To be somebody that they can look up to. Today, you must learn to celebrate the life that you have. Today, you must continue to go forward and not look back. Stand up.
Anxiety is literally nothing more than you thinking about something in the future and thinking about it in a manner where it starts to sound an alarm in your body. First of all, if you catch yourself worrying, if you catch yourself out in the future catastrophizing, if you catch yourself in that, what if this, what if that, if you let your thoughts spin, it will spin you out of control, and then you're going to start to feel anxious. And so you want to count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one of the best, most effective things you can insert as a different pattern is this. What if it all works out? What if it all works out? What if I get on this plane and even though it's bumpy, it still lands and it all works out? Because you can't argue with that. If you can stabilize your thoughts, your body settles down and it doesn't escalate. So you're going to interrupt the worry, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you insert something else. You can also say this moment will pass. You can say I can handle this, but you've got to interrupt those thoughts and insert something else.
There is a version of you right now that exists that has it all. Everything you could possibly think of, the version of just living it right now. And the fastest way to experience that is to connect to that highest version of you. So here's how you do it. It's before going to bed, imagine this white light coming down from the sky, filling your entire body up with this white light. And when you're ready, I want you to follow this light up as far as you can go. And your intention is, I want to connect to the version of myself that has the life that I want. So follow this light up as far as you can go, beyond the country, beyond the earth, until you're there. And when you're there, just bask in everything that you experience. You might even say to yourself, I fully receive all the lessons, all the guidance in this space. I am ready to be one with the version of me that has it all. I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. And then fall asleep to this energy. Do that and you'll be shocked at the things that you're gonna attract and experience when you wake up in the morning.
Life is so short. Your existence is temporary. It won't last forever. But are you ready? Are you ready to take on the unknown? Are you prepared for it? Are you ready to succeed? Are you prepared to move forward? How much are you willing to give of yourself? But are you ready to fight for it? The truth is, you are going to be broken over and over again. But don't you dare give up on you. Do something with your life today. Don't wait. Just go. Don't sit still. Just move. I'm hurting, but I gotta keep moving.
As long as it's a perfect day, you operate in excellence. But as soon as the circumstances change, you quit, you give up.
Because we all gonna hit that wall. We're all gonna hit opposition. We're all gonna hit adversity. But I think we all know at the core, it's never about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it. You can control that.
Nothing happens till you take action. Nobody ever fought their way to success. Nobody ever hoped their way to success. Nobody ever wrote goals on a planner to success. They acted. The moment that you and I act, the moment that you and I move, the moment that you and I take action, action is what attracts. It's the action. It's the movement that people say, oh my, look at them. Look what they're doing. Look where they're going. And the moment that I began to take action, I began to attract people. I began to attract resources. I began to attract opportunities. All this stuff, it doesn't come to you. Quit waiting for it. It isn't coming. You go to it and you make it happen.
150,000 people died yesterday. Do you actually get that? And you are still here. And you can't find something to be grateful for? You're still complaining about teeny tiny little struggles. But I bet that if it was possible to give an option to all 150,000 people, all of them would gladly change places with you right now. You're alive. Your heart is beating. You have food, water, shelter, clothing, a few people that love you. You have so much to be grateful for. You have to learn to stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on what you do have. Because life isn't about having what you want. It's about being grateful for and wanting what you already have.
What you fighting for? What's your legacy? What you gonna do? You say you a champ, but do you practice like a champ? You say you a champ, do you fight like a champ? You say you a champ, do you have the mentality of a champ?
Sometimes it's hard to get back on track. It's not impossible, but it's a tougher journey ahead. While we are journeying down this path, we must come to a conclusion that there's still much work to be done. And no matter what you are dealing with at this point in your life, it is only a temporary thing. Don't hesitate now. Don't hold back. Keep your mind focused. Life is short. In fact, it may even scare you. But you can't hide from this.
We spend a lot of time in our life chasing success. Well, what really is success? What does it mean? What does it mean to be successful? Have you ever sat down and figured out, if I accomplish what I'm going after, that goal or that dream or whatever that is, does getting that make me successful? What about the people that I have with me along the way, or the people I need to help me along the way, or the people I help along the way? What about that? Does that play into my success? Do you think about the people that surround you and that you surround and the difference that it makes in your life and theirs as you go on this chase of achievement? Success is cool. Success is something we should go after. But significance is better. I want you to be successful, but I want you to understand that if that success has no significance to anyone but you, then it's not going to have that kind of feeling that you think you're going to get from that success.
Right? You have to learn how to embrace where you are with the bigger vision and the bigger picture in your heart and in your mind, right? That's the point of a vision. A vision is to help you see past the current circumstance, right? So if you're in a tough situation, right, or in a tough circumstance, what having a vision for your life does is it helps you to see past that. I know that where I'm at is just a stepping stone. It's just a moment in time in a greater vision.
It's the lonely moments that expose how you treat yourself, because if you find that nobody's around and the fear of being with your own mind starts to creep in, you haven't built enough evidence that you can trust yourself. You shouldn't be afraid of you. You are the only thing in this world you actually control. And I promise to be in good company with yourself is very possible, even in the painful moments. You know, your heroes are heroic because they never default on who you'd expect them to be. So keep all of your promises to yourself and watch you become your biggest hero.
I'm hurting, but I gotta keep moving. I'm down a little bit, but I gotta keep moving. I don't feel like doing it, but I gotta keep moving. Being broken, sometimes it's hard to heal, but you can't stop. You can't stop living, you can't stop growing, you can't stop fighting. Throughout the days of your life, you have struggled, and you have been through so many circumstances that many people will never understand. But you made it, and you kept pushing on. You did not give up.
To be a human being in this world means inevitably we feel pain. We all go through this. We all have moments of loneliness, of depression, of feeling like we don't have a purpose in life, of being aimless, of not having energy, of being depressed, etc., etc. And when we have these moods, we try to explain them. Well, yeah, maybe it's because I woke up this morning, or because something happened earlier the day before, or something in my child, something's wrong. But I want to tell you, the source of your pain is your social life. It's the fact people are the source of your pain, that you misunderstand them, that you misread them, that you're constantly bumping into them and having these problems and these issues that I mentioned. That is why you feel lonely. That is why it's draining you. All of this turmoil, all of these emotions are draining you of your energy, and it's making you listless. It is making you confused.
You have to remember that your anxiety is not being caused by external things. Your frustrations are not being caused by external things. No one is responsible for your emotions but yourself. I know that's easy to say. It's very hard to put in practice. I struggle with it all the time. But that's the idea. Mark Spurgeon says, I escaped my anxiety today. He says, no, I discarded it because it was within me. He is the cause of his own anxiety. He is what brings that to external events, not the other way around. And we have to remember that always. No one can make you upset. No one can make you mad. No one can make you sad. No one can make you feel inferior, as Eleanor Roosevelt says, without your consent. We are complicit in those emotions. We choose to have them. External things are not responsible for them.
And don't look down. Life is so short. Life, how beautiful it is.
Exercise more, push more magic into the marketplace, give more value to people, read more books. It's harder to keep on pushing, but that's what legendary is. See, the great legends are the ones that are at the top of the mountain and they keep on trying to get better. So I suggest to you with great respect that nothing fails like success.
If you decide that you want to achieve a goal, you start moving toward it. And what is the first thing you're going to experience? Obstacles, difficulties, failure, setbacks, disappointments, they come over and over again. You may fail 9 times for every 10th time that you make a step forward. Well, if you have high levels of ambition, like an engine, a car with a powerful engine, you'll go over the bumps. You'll keep driving forward. If you have low levels of ambition, what will you do? You'll quit at the first failure or disappointment.